Welcome to the Bare Bones podcast, you absolute slags.
Welcome, you slags, to the Bare Bones podcast. Edition 4! We've hit the quadruple. This episode's probably coming a little bit later than usual. I've been waiting on some equipment to arrive, but it hasn't because of the lockdown backlog. I went away for the long week. We've had a long weekend here, so I've been away. But the new stuff's not here, so I'll just do this, and the next one will be on the new equipment. Not that it's going to make a huge difference anyway, but that was just me. Talking of lockdown, I'm going to start this week's podcast with a little poem. I won't get too much into it just yet. I'll just read it and then I'll explain it after. It's a poem. It's pretty relevant at the moment. Life after lockdown, what will it be like? Will I still be safe to go out on my bike? Will the streets still be free from rubbish and litter? Will Joe Wicks still be there to help me get fitter? Will we still hear the bird song during the day? Will we still meet on the doorstep at 8 on a Thursday? Will people still give us space when we pass on the street? Will we still hug and kiss when we finally meet? Will we still be polite to the staff in the shops? Will we still look out for our neighbours when the lockdown stops? Will the government still continue to fund the NHS? Will we finally find a solution to our economic mess? Will nations come together and all start conforming to the international treaties on global warming? Will mankind seize the day, work as one to succeed? Or will we go back to our old ways of division and greed? Probably. And that is a poem called Probably, written by my dad. That's right, Signor Crump Senior. He's become a bit of a poet this last year, which is really cool. He's been writing some really cool stuff and performing it at poetry nights and open mic nights, and he seems to have got himself a little following around the local area, which is cool. He's written one really long poem in numerous parts. That's like a little story, not finished yet, but yeah, it's cool. I think everyone should have some sort of creative outlet, and it's good to see that he's so passionate about it. I think he's driving my mum mental because everything he says rhymes all of the time. That was partially deliberate. A good message in the poem. I feel like everything through lockdown was making people really unite, and it was bringing people together, even though it was keeping everyone apart. Everyone sort of, I think, come to realise how important the interactions with other people are. So hopefully when the lockdown's lifted, people will still keep that up. But I don't know, man. I've seen the English lockdowns getting slightly eased, and a bit of nice weather too, which is it's a dodgy combo. A beach I used to go to a bit, I see was rammed already. The first bit of sun, just full of lads with their tops off, burnt to a crisp, drinking Stella, and just fighting, man. Huge fight. Right in front of all the kids on the beach and that. It's just sort your life out, man. Finally just being allowed outside and you're just acting like a complete dickhead. So hopefully everyone can just continue to just be nice to each other, respect each other, and getting proper hippie on this one. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. I actually went to the beach this week. Hang on, I'm just going to have a sip of this cup of tea. Oh, how's that for an audio soundbite? Dribbled all over my desk now. But yeah, I went away down the south coast. Real nice, unbelievable scenery down there. Unbelievable. Boys were down there surfing, diving, spearfishing. Yeah, it was cool. The only thing is, down off the south coast, the next stop is the South Pole, Antarctica. Is it the Antarctic or Antarctica? I don't know, but it's cold. That's all you need to know. It's cold. The water, especially now we're coming into winter, it is chilly. If you're surfing, you're wearing a thick wetsuit with the boots, the gloves, the little hood, the whole shebang. But no, it was nice to get away. Group of mates just chilling out, rented a place, and yeah, nice to be by the sea. I miss the sea, the smell of the sea. Grew up next to it. Although I live by an enormous lake, there's just something about the salty sea air that is nice to be near it again. We actually went down to a small little inlet. There's a couple of fishing huts down there that have been there for I couldn't even tell you how long. But bumped into some old Captain Birdseye style geezer living down there. He said he'd been down there since the beginning of lockdown, so just on his own. He looks a bit like the sailor matey from Family Guy with the wooden arms and that. And yeah, sure enough, he was like, absolute legend, telling us you'll catch fish off this rock. And then he was like working. He put all his tools down, took us for a walk round the bay, and was like, "You want to fish here? You want to dive here?" Just like, yeah, super helpful. Bit of a player. Man was still had his A game on. He must have been, pushing 60. And he was like, when we sort of had done our thing and we were coming back up, he told one of the girls he'd written them a poem, and he recited them a poem off the top of his head. And then he also doubled up on that by telling her she could be a wetsuit model. Oh, come on. Come on. Wetsuit model. I don't even know if there is a wetsuit model. It's maybe the least flattering garment of all time. I mean, I look ridiculous in a wetsuit. It just highlights that I look like a piece of string with a head on it. Actually, on a little side note, I went to Cornwall many years ago with my sister, and I hired a wetsuit, and they didn't have the one in my size, but she said, looking at you, you'd probably be able to get away with wearing a women's. Now, was it? I think I was going to wear a men's medium, women's large, something like that. But anyway, I got this woman's wetsuit, and my sister's never let me forget about it. Oh, Alex's wetsuit size is women's. Yeah, brilliant. Sorry, I'm not built like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Little pot belly hanging out. But yeah, wetsuit model. It's like the least revealing garment of all time. It'd be like America's Next Top Model. This week we've got Rebecca, and she's modelling the hijab. So how do you know she could be anyone under there? So a wetsuit model, it's like he's basically saying you got a good head. But I'm not taking that away from you, right? If If you want to be a wetsuit model, you go for it. You live that dream. You live your movie, yeah? So, yeah, that was cool, man. That was good to be down there. What else? Oh, I'll tell you what else happened last week just before. The band got back together for its first little jam since pre-lockdown. Everything's measured now, pre and post lockdown. It's like we've always had BC and AD. Now we've got pre-LD and post-LD. But yeah, we haven't had a jam for months. So it's good to get all the boys back together. Danger Wank in full force. We are writing original stuff. We've recorded a bit of it. We recorded it pre-LD, and it's been mixed over that time, and we've been sort of getting the first drafts back, the first mixes, and it's sounding decent, if I do say so myself. So yeah, exciting to have that sort of in the pipeline. Couple alterations, and then hopefully we can get something out for you to listen to. We're writing more original stuff. I managed to write a bit over the lockdown period, which was cool. I haven't written a song for ages, man. So it's cool to have an idea and then have the whole band jam it together. It's a really cool feeling, you know. I really enjoy that process. So, yeah, that was cool, man. And I know the boys from the band listen to this, so they're going to be like, buzzing. Yeah, that's me, man, that's me. Dave just needs to sort his guitar solos out. Oh, mug. But nah, it's all, it's good, it's good. Hopefully as soon as we're down to, I think level 1 is it we can gig again. I don't know. We have to wait till the bars are allowed to have big groups, because, you know, we pulled a big crowds, you know. So, yeah, cool, man. Cool. Good. It's good. Social life slowly coming back. I'm a bit of an sort of introvert anyway. The lockdown didn't affect me that much, but it is nice to do some things with your friends, you know. So, yeah, that was cool, man. Why I'm actually thinking about it, I've just got back. Just got back from shops. Doing Sunday big shop. Even though it's Monday. It's actually bank holiday Monday today. Queen's birthday. Nice one, Liz, you slag. Yeah, man, I've seen some people in the supermarket, and this is fairly common over here. Australia also. England not so much. But people shopping with no shoes on. Now, Australia almost get a pass on that because, you know, nearly all of their country is at the beach. They've done the place up lovely around the edge. They haven't done the middle yet. Pull your finger out. Too busy lazing around on the beach, probably. But you come out to surf, you're off the beach, you're in the shop. I get it. It's kind of alright. Plus, it's hot. Makes sense. New Zealand, I mean, they love wearing the short shorts and no shoes all year round. They're pretty tough bastards. The kids wear shorts all year round to school. Snowing, raining, sunshine, whatever. They're a bit of a tough breed. Recently at the beach, I seen it and I was like, we're kind of at the beach, but it's like, it's winter, you know? It's cold to be wearing no shoes. But where I live, I'm in the mountains, alpine climate. It's cold. Today's like got to be 2 degrees or something. It's frost everywhere. Just seen a geezer in the supermarket with no shoes on. He's flashing off his old plates of meat. Feet, for those of you who aren't down with the lingo. And he's bopping around with his plates out. And I'm just like, what are you doing? It's freezing, man. And if you're going to do that, at least, like, sort your feet out. Do you know what I mean? I'm there at aisle 5 looking at a nice old El Paso fajita kit. Contemplating, do I or do I not get the refried beans? Of course you get the refried beans. And I look round, staring at me, next man's cheesy athlete's foot. Leave it. I don't want to be seeing that, man. Sort your feet out. Just in the next aisle, I'm picking out. What am I picking out? Doesn't matter because I'm making up this part of the story. I'm picking out something. Do I get the beans or do I get the beans with the little sausages in? It's the weekend. Sausages in. Decent. Next man's toenails just staring up at me. Man's got the fungal infection. Fucking just put some shoes on, man. It's 2 degrees outside. I actually seen another guy in there today with like big bare feet. Not not like he had bare feet. He had the feet of a bear. He had these big like comedy slippers on. Do you know them ones that look like bare feet with the big foam claws on them and that? Don't wear them to the shops, mate. You can't walk in them because they're so wide. It's like having 2 footballs on your feet. You have to walk like John Wayne because he's trying to not bang his feet together. They're furry, so when they get a bit wet and that, they will start matting up. I mean, you're wacky. We get it. Oh, we get it. We get it. Got a t-shirt on. I'm with stupid. Yeah, we get it. We get it. I never realised this made me so angry till I just started talking about it. And to be honest, I've probably done it myself. In the summer, though. In the summer. You come out the lake. You wander into a shop. Even then, it's like... just put some shoes on if you're in the shops, man. Put a shirt on and put some shoes on. I don't want to see your hairy back while I'm picking out if I want gala or jazz apples. Just put a shirt on. So that's been my day. It's been a very relaxed day. Got back yesterday. Just done my laundry. Done my shopping. Now I'm doing this. I'll edit this. Maybe get it done tonight. There's always a bit of faffing around with it. Get it uploaded. And into your eardrums. Hopefully the new equipment arrives soon. And then I'm hoping that's going to enable me to get more guests on. I've got a few people lined up. Ready to enlighten your mind with something. I don't know what. That's what they're there for, to fill in those blanks when I'm running out of shit to say. Am I going to do an embarrassing moment this week? It's funny actually. I was talking with the boys at band practice, and they all were struggling to think of some embarrassing moments. I started making bullet points of ones I could potentially talk about, and it got to half a page, and I was like, I've got to stop this because this is mental. Maybe I'll just do a quick one. This is one I was talking about with my parents the other day. I was probably, I don't know now. I was probably about 9, maybe 10. Man's at primary school. I got invited to a birthday party of a girl in my class. And at the time, it was one of them, like, there was a few boys and a few girls in the group, and everyone sort of had a pairing, you know. Now, I'm going to change all names on this story for anonymity reasons. Let's call the girl let's go with Penelope. Shouts to one of my favourite Crystalia moments of all time. Penelope. Now, Penelope's surname started with an S. Let's just call it Smith. It weren't Smith, but let's just say it was Smith. Now, I'm a young artist. That's all I've got going for me. I've got to impress. So I'm using my artistic skills, yeah? Got the envelope. I'm writing the name. Bubble letters. I'm doing 3Ds on the bubble letters. Little stars, little cloud around it. The full shebang, man. I'm doing a real good job. I'm really putting a lot of effort in to try and impress. I think it was a daytime event, being that I was 10. So I'm up early. I'm showered. I'm ready to go. I'm doing the envelope. Now in the background, the parents are watching Countryfile. They used to watch it on the weekend. My mum loves it because it gives the weather forecast for the full week ahead. Plan when to hang the washing out. Classic mum behaviour. Love that. It's a show about the rural side of England and what's going on with it. Countryfile. Clues in the name. I'm watching that. I'm doing my work. I'm colouring the letters in. Finish it. Really happy with it. Watching Countryfile. I look back down at my creation, and my mind has obviously been paying attention to the TV. Because on the envelope, this took me ages, man. Stunning lettering. As I say, 3Ds on the 3Ds, clouds. Your boy's only gone and written Penelope sheep. Oh no! Oh my giddy gosh! Penelope sheep, fam. Oh, what was I gonna do? Can't give her the card with sheep written on it. Too late to make a new one. Too late. So I had to just take it out, put it in a new blank envelope, just write the name on the front, dash out the door. Oh, couldn't believe it, man. What an absolute... Do you ever do that? You'd be like listening to something or watching something and it just creeps in. Oh, man. Can't believe that. I mean, it's not like ultimate embarrassment, sure, but it's still in my brain that I did that. Still remembering it. So just be careful, guys, yeah? Be careful. Subliminal. It's like Darren Brown shit. You get me? Okay, well, as I say, this week was a little bit of a mashup. I didn't plan it too well, but I've got some cool stuff coming up next week. Last week's episode, a lot of people were sharing it on Facebook and stuff, so like, thank you to everyone who's done that. Big up yourselves. It does make a difference. I see it. As soon as it gets posted by a couple of people, the views go up. Definitely. So if everyone could just keep doing that. I also think people go in and they listen to episode 1 and then they sack it off. So press on. Episode 1 was the first one. It was the worst one. Of course it was. Practice. Which is also something I'm going to talk about maybe next week, actually. About practicing and being self-taught and how that affects your actual whatever it is you're learning. Not learning from someone, but teaching yourself. I've got a whole thing sort of lined up about the world of a multi-potentialite, which I know just from the words you're already exciting. So that's all to come. But for this week, we'll just leave it there. Short and sweet. Thanks to everyone listening. Thanks to everyone who keeps loving Questions with Lars. Check out the Instagram if you're not already on there, which is at Upside Down Cross with 3 S's at the end, or at the Crumple Zone. All the Questions with Lars is on the Crumple Zone. I can't be mixing my art page and my personal page too much. That's the whole point of having 2 separate ones. Because I've also had a couple of art commissions come in this week, which is great. It's like I'm finally hitting a point, I feel, where people are coming to me for work. I'm not fishing for it. I'm having a few, like, this is people I don't even know. They've just seen it around and they're hitting me up to do custom pieces, which is awesome. So more of that, please. But yeah, we'll leave it there because I'm going to go and eat my beans with little sausages in. Decent. Okay, guys, thanks again. I'll see you next time. And as always, sayonara.